I always say it, but it's kind of hard to believe this is the 17th year now. We're giving this award to honor Darrent Williams, the Good Guy Award for professionalism, availability, candor, all of the things we like from players. But I always try to, maybe the more time goes since Darrent was here, maybe tell a little something. I always go back. I keep notebooks and stuff from every season. And I went back to the '06 season last night, and I found this something fitting for Mike is that Darrent made a tackle on Tony Gonzalez for no gain, and he had sort of escaped the guard and made the tackle. And I asked him after the game, how'd you? Because Darrent was my height, and which I loved because I could look him right in the eye. But and he said, "Man, you got to get under the bumper." That's what he said for the quote. I always thought that was a good thing about tackling the big guys. But Mike, this is it's been an important award for the Denver chapter of the Pro Football Writers here because Darrent was a kind of a special guy. I've met very few people in my life who overcame so much hardship and adversity and somehow retain their joy about life. So you are this year's winner.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this is really cool.
Plaque looks bigger when the winner isn't so big.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate that. Obviously moving to a new city and a new team and new organization and all that stuff is a pretty daunting task at times. And I really appreciate your guys' professionalism and the way that you've treated me and my teammates over this season. And obviously it hasn't been as pretty of a season as we would have liked it to have been, but it was a great one nonetheless, and a hell of a roller coaster and something that we're going to learn from. But my wife and I thank you guys and everybody else here in Denver for welcoming us in with the bottom of our hearts. So appreciate you guys very much for this. Thank you.
Have you learned up on Darrent?
I have done a little bit of research, but I was told yesterday night that this was happening, and I haven't gotten a lot of information, but obviously the way that people talk about him and the way that the teammate that he was and the representative he was for the Broncos obviously still carries on, and very cool honor to be mentioned in the same breath as someone like him, and very, very honored to have won this award. So I appreciate you guys.
Like you talk about getting used to a new team, new city. When you first got here, you talked about this thing takes some time, it's going to take some steps. I guess how have you seen that progress over the year? What's the status of that?
I think you've seen it, kind of progress with our wins and loss record. To be honest with you, you knew it wasn't going to be the smoothest sailing of coming in with a new coach and a new organization, and learning everybody was in a new environment, and certainly those things don't come easy, especially when you're trying to overcome a lot of hardship from years past. And I think this team found a little bit of their heart this year, and certainly found what it means to compete in it as hard as you can each week, and we battled, and I think the heart and the character of this team and what we've shown and what we've overcome to be even where we were at this last month or so, I think it says a lot about who we are and what we're going to become. And I'm very excited for the future. I'm very excited to be a Denver Bronco for a long time and see how good we can get.
You mentioned a new head coach that brings a new offense too. How beneficial would that be, having a whole offseason for this offense going into next year?
I think it'll be monstrous for us. Reps are the only thing that allow you to learn and allow you to develop, the skills needed to execute. And you got to take the thinking out of it. And when you can, you have a whole year under your belt and a full off season again, and all these, and another training camp, that goes a long way. And I think it's going to be a huge deal for us moving forward, especially offensively, to have the knowledge and the experience going through it with Sean and the rest of the staff here. And certainly, I believe that we're only going to continue to get better.
You're also part of a pretty big group of players that arrived here this offseason. What have you made of, the mark that, especially the guys that, the longer-term deals you, Zach, Ben, have sort of made and obviously both performed this year?
I hope it was a good one. I think I think we've helped just like everybody else has. I don't think anything special about, the guys that came here on long-term deals other than we chose to come here and we wanted to be a part of something special. And we're starting to build that. And I think we've done a good job. I think those guys that you mentioned have been, leaders for us in our locker room and have performed at a high level. And it's helped turn us around into an opportunity to be having a winning season here, which I believe is the first time in 7-8 years since 16. So that's a big deal to me. And I think it's a big deal to everybody else in there because I've always operated under, no matter what happens, right now, it's always about the next one, and it's always about the next play, the next game, the next year. And if we can continue to build upon what we've accomplished this year, it'll only help us moving forward. And I think that's the only goal you have, especially going into this week.
Mike, your ribs look okay from here, but they're not our ribs. Assuming you can go, how big would it be? Because it's been since 2011 since they've had the same 5 starters on the O-line start every game.
It would be huge. I'm going to do my best to get there. They hurt pretty good. And unfortunately with the ribs, you can't really avoid them. So I'm going to do my best to be out there on Sunday.
Mike, why do you have faith in the progress you'll make next year with the uncertainty at quarterback? I don't think any of us know who it's going to be. But how do you kind of factor that into the faith you have?
With respect to the quarterback position, it's a big-time position, but it is just one position. There are other facets to our football team and other things that are going on that we need to improve on first to make sure that guy's job is a lot easier. And, it's not my job to speak on who that's going to be, whether, I trust fully that Sean and the team upstairs will get this right, and no matter what's going on and the trust that they put in the person that plays that position for us. But I think we've been very lucky to have 2 good ones this year, and we're going to continue to move forward. But like I said, it is just one position, and there's 21 other guys, or 32, I guess, if you count special teams too, to get better. And it's our job to get better at every position, and you have to look inside first before you start worrying about everything else.
Mike, why was it important for you to always be available and accountable to the media? Many are there once in a while, but you're always there during the week, after games, some bad losses, great win. Was that something that you had always done in your career, or why was it important?
I don't think I ever made a conscious decision, to be honest with you. It's it is a part of our job, and it certainly is a part of your job to make sure that the stories are covered. And it's a hard job that you guys have to do. Obviously, you're dealing with temperamental athletes like myself all the time, and temperamental coaches and things of that nature. So we all understand everybody's got a job to do in this whole thing. Our league is the greatest league in the world because of the outlet that we have to so many different people. And I think it's very important to show not only respect to you guys, but put the best foot forward for our football team and what we want to be represented as. And so I think being coachable and being professional are 2 of the biggest qualities that you need to be successful in this league. And I've just tried to put my best foot forward doing those 2 things.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, thanks guys. Yeah, I really appreciate this, guys. Thank you.